Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the Guru Nanak Dev, his philosophy, his ideas, and we will discuss about in the context of Guru Nanak Jayanti, which is being celebrated today. So let's start. It is a sacred festival of Sikh community and is celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev, who is believed to be born on the Purnima, which is the full moon cycle of the Kartik, which is the 8th month of the Hindu calendar, which apparently now fall on the 30th November in 2020. So this is a festival related to the Sikh community. And what is the prominence of this festival? That their first Guru, Guru Nanak Dev, is believed to be born on this day. So this is why it is celebrated across the country. Now let's try to understand about the Guru Nanak Dev. He was born in 1459 at the Talwandi Rai Bhav village near Lahore, which was later named as the Nanka Sahib. So he was born in 1459 in the Nanka Sahib. So one of the important question with UPSC has been asking is regarding the contemporaries. So when you are reading your history book, look out for the contemporaries of Guru Nanak Dev. Check out, so we know that Babur is his contemporary. Check out the other contemporaries also of Guru Nanak Dev. So UPSC has asked questions along those lines. He was the first of the 10th Gurus of Sikhism. So he is considered as the first Guru of the Sikhism. What was his contribution? So he initiated the interfaith dialogue way back in the 16th century and had conversation with most of the religious domination of his time. So basically his idea could be considered more secular in nature. He was open to have the interfaith dialogue way back in 16th century itself. So he was not on the lines of following one kind of religion, but he was more into having an interfaith dialogue. So that is one of the things which he contributed. He wrote the composition which were included in the Adi Granth, which were compiled by the Guru Arjan Dev, who was the 5th Sikh Guru. So the 5th Sikh Guru, Guru Arjan Dev, compiled the compositions of Guru Nanak Dev in the Adi Granth. This came to be known as the Guru Granth Sahib after the addition made by the 10th Sikh Guru Gobind Singh. So when this 10th and the last Sikh Guru Gobind Singh, he compiled it, all the other composition, it came to be known as Guru Granth Sahib. So it has the compositions of the Guru Nanak, and it also had composition of different other Gurus of Sikh as well as the other contemporaries during that time. So this is something which could be considered his major contribution. Now let's try to understand other details. He advocated the Nirguna. So he was a firm believer of the Nirguna, which means devotion to and worship of formless divine form of bhakti. So he belongs to the Nirguna Bhakti sect, which does not believe that the God has a particular shape or idol. It's more along the line that God is formless. He rejected sacrifice, ritual baths, image worship and austerity. So he was against the ideas of sacrifices, ritual baths and image worship, for an example. He does not believe in all those things. He set up rule for congregational worship, which is called as Sangat, involving collective recitation. So if you have went to any Sangat, you would have known that the people would be collectively worshipping or talking about something. So it is a congregational worship where the collective recitation of certain mantras or certain poems or certain song is done. So he also set up the rules for that. He gave the basic mantra of Ek Onkar to his followers and insisted on treating all human beings equally without discriminating on the basis of caste, creed and gender. So his contribution could be understood from the perspective that he gave the mantra of Ek Onkar to his followers. He died in 1539 at Kartarpur, Punjab. In fact, that is one of the reasons why the Kartarpur Sahib corridor, which were in news recently, is being opened between India and Pakistan, because the Kartarpur is located in Pakistan and it is considered one of the major pilgrimage for the Sikh community. So the Kartarpur Sahib corridor was constructed so that the Indian could travel to the Kartarpur and visit the place where the Guru Nanak Dev had his last time spent without having a visa constraint. So that was the idea behind having the Kartarpur Sahib corridor. Now let's try to understand relevance of Guru Nanak Dev for modern India. So in present India, what we could learn from the life of Guru Nanak Dev and his teaching. So he talked about building an egalitarian society. In fact, not specifically, but his teaching could actually give a way to build a egalitarian society. His idea of equality can be deduced by the following innovative social institution as given by him. So we can understand that he was like very much imbibed with the idea of equality from the systems he has introduced. So he introduced the system of langar, which is collective cooking and sharing of food. So if you have visited any Gurudwara, you must have gone to the langar side, and they provide food like by the people over there could go and do seva and cook together, serve. Then all this idea could create social harmony. So langar. Then pangat, which is partaking food without distinction of high and low caste. So it's like you can have the anybody could sit together and have food. So that is the idea of pangat. And then the sangat, which is collective decision making. So you collectively deciding, collective recitation, all these things were very basic components of the teaching of Guru Nanak Dev, which could, if you actually look it from this perspective, see that how these are very much into the equality, the idea of equality in the society. His idea also could be relevant in terms of how we can develop social harmony. For example, according to him, the whole world is God's creation and all are born equal. So he did not believe in any kind of discrimination. He believed that the entire world is created by the God and we all are creation of God. So there is only one universal creator, which is Ek Onkar Satta. So this is one of the chant, one of the very basic mantra for the Sikh community, which was propagated by the Guru Nanak, is that the Ek Onkar Satnam, which means there is only one universal creator. Apart from it, forgiveness, patience, forbearance and kindness are also at the core of his teaching. So he taught about the forgiveness, that people should be forgiving. We should have patience, we should have forbearance, we should be kind towards other human beings. All these things, if actually inculcated into the human behavior, could lead to more harmonious society. So his teachings are very relevant for the social harmony also. Then he believed in creating a just society. So he placed the motto of Kirat Karo, Naam Japo or Vanchako. So he believed in the idea that work, worship and share before his discipline. So you should work. It's not like that you become aesthetic and you take sannyas. You need to work. So he talked about Kirat Karo. You need to work. Naam Japo, you need to worship. You need to believe. You should have faith. And then Vanchako, you should share your resources. If you have more, you should share more. He stood for karma as the basis of dharma. So his dharma comes from the concept of karma, like what you do, you will get back. And he transformed the idea of spiritualism into the idea of social responsibility and social change. So it's like if you want to be called as a spiritual person, it's not that you make yourself away from the worldly affairs, but the idea is more along the line that you bring about the social change, you make this place a better place to live in. So this was again his idea of teaching and creating a just society. He advocated the concept of dashwant, or donating 1/10 of one's earning among needy persons. So again, the idea of charity, that if by the graces you are getting more, then it is your duty that you give back to the society. So the idea of creating just society was also very much embedded in his teaching. He was also one of the major propounder for the gender equality. According to him, women as well as men share the grace of God and are equally responsible for their actions to him. So he does not discriminate that it is only the duty of men to be dutiful towards God or to be wary of their action, but it is equal. We are all human beings, be it women, be it men, we are all answerable to God at the end of it. Respect for women and gender equality is perhaps the most important lesson to be learned from his life. So he was very much for the gender equality even during those times. Then his idea, his teaching could also bring out peace in today's world. So according to Indian philosophy, a guru is one who provides illumination, dispels doubt and shows right path. In this context, the idea of Guru Nanak Dev can help promote peace, equality and prosperity across the globe. So this is the idea. He is called as Guru Nanak Dev. He is considered as a guru who is in the Indian philosophy is considered like the one who can dispel doubt, who can illuminate its disciple and show the right path. So from that regard, we can adopt the basic teachings of Guru Nanak Dev into the modern India in order to build a more peaceful world. In 2019, which was the 550th anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev, the Kartarpur corridor was inaugurated, which is an important step towards easing the tension between India and Pakistan. Even though on ground there the tension still exists, very recently Pakistan has have a different trust board to maintain the Kartarpur Sahib, and there was a contention point from the Indian side for it. But overall, if you see with the present scenario between India and Pakistan, even having a visa-free movement to visit a pilgrimage is a welcome move. So you can understand that Guru Nanak Dev's teaching hold very relevance even in the modern India. So way back in 2018 in mains, UPSC has asked about the Mahatma Gandhi's teaching and how they are relevant for the present world. So along those lines, you could read this topic as well, that how the readings of Guru Nanak Dev could be utilized in the present world. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.